n8n recently came out with a MCP server trigger node that makes it very easy to connect to this from MCP clients so that you can use these tools. And these tools can also be automations. As you see here in my Reddit post analysis, that's actually an automation. And this also means that we can add authentication as the entry point to connect to this server. So in this example, I asked the Claude desktop client if it can execute the Reddit tool with n8n as a subreddit. So it called my Reddit competitor analysis automation and then basically came through here and gave me a response back and successfully sent the email, which is what happens at the end of the automation, to give me the analysis based on posts and comments in those subreddits. Which, by the way, I have this in my free school community. If you want to join now, I will be creating a separate video on how to set all this up, but you can get started right now with this full Reddit competitive analysis. There is no payment as other creators have. You can get this for free right now. And because I have the send Gmail tool, this means that I can chat with my Claude desktop client, have it research and then have it formatted and then use and send that information in an email to my email or whatever email address I ask it in this Gmail node, which makes it really nice and easy for anybody to really talk with AI and then be able to use this MCP server trigger node. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how we can set this up. It's not too difficult and I'm going to show you step by step. So let's get started with step one, and that's creating a new workflow. Okay, so here we have a new workflow. First thing we're going to do is click add first step. Just going to search for MCP. Right here is the top one, MCP server trigger. Okay, so here what you're going to see is not too much going on here, but we have a test URL and a production URL. Production URL, if you're familiar with n8n or has used it enough, that means that whenever this workflow is active, that means that you're going to have to use the production URL. Okay, we are going to set up an authentication. Here, we'll do that in a minute, but let's go ahead, let's zoom in. Let's go ahead and add a tool. So, right, so all you need to do is just add tools, right? Tools could be automations like I had shown you, but let's go ahead and search for Gmail so that we can know that this is going to work. So now with Gmail, you will make sure that you have a credential set up. I created another one for this example. I just want to send a message. So then the two, I'm just going to have AI decide this, right? Because whenever I chat, whenever I have information coming in here, I want to have that information like in my MCP client or whoever I'm talking to, AI. Well, I want that AI to determine what to put in here. So this will just be the email to send to. Yeah. And then for the subject, this is also going to be defined by the AI model. So just the subject of the email. And then for the message, also defined by the model. So this will be the HTML formatted email message. Okay. So that's all we have to do here for the tool. We want everything to be done through AI. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to be able to expose this server trigger to our MCP client. And I will be using Claude Desktop, but it will be the same exact way to do it for other MCP clients, like if you're using Cursor. Now, if you do need help, they do have an MCP server trigger node credentials help page. So if you kind of scroll down, what we can see down here is they give us, this is JSON format, right? So this is what I'm basically going to be copy pasting into my Claude Desktop. So just go ahead and copy to clipboard. And if you don't have Claude Desktop yet, that's okay. You can just try Claude for free. Just go here. You can download it for your machine. You can Mac, Windows, and then go ahead and just run it. So once you get that running, you will see something similar to this. Okay. So what I want you to do, this is the easiest way that I found to get there, is go to Claude and then go to settings, or open up Claude, go to settings. And then here, there's going to be quite a few different settings that you can look at. What we want to do is go down to developer. And then here you can see that I have actually already set up, I've already set up a couple MCP servers. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to delete this n8n that I had already started. So we're going to choose edit config. It's going to show up right here. This is a folder that will be predefined on your machine. I'm going to open this up, and this should open up automatically in my Cursor client. Okay, great. So I already have, because I already had this set up with Claude code, what I'm going to do, and now the thing is this is very specific. Okay, so what I would like to do is actually just remove this. I'm going to paste what they had. Now, what this is looking for is an MCP URL and is looking for this auth token. Okay, so let's go back to n8n and get these things. So let's go ahead and choose production URL, copy this. So go ahead and copy that, come back here. where it has the MCP URL, just paste that in, and then we're going to come back here, and we don't have authentication yet, but let's go ahead and create one. So we're going to choose bearer auth. We're going to create a new one. So you can do the drop down, create new credential. Okay. So now here you can come up with anything, right? You can come up with your own like token. I would recommend being probably like some random ID, but just for this example, you can do test 123. Okay. But I would recommend you coming up with a much better one, please. Okay. So now that we have that, what we're going to do is go back to your editor where you have this, the auth token. I'm just going to paste that in. Oh, I did not copy it. So I'm going to paste test 123 because that was simple. And then it's going to import this environment variable into this right here. Okay. So now we have the bearer token. So make sure you save it. And now that we're back in n8n, make sure you choose this to be active. Just click got it. All right. So now what you do is on your Claude desktop, it's not going to notice it right away. It should load here. We need to actually restart Claude desktop. So if I quit out of Claude desktop and then I open it back up. Okay, so let's give it a minute to load here. All right, so I'm going to go back into the settings of Claude. And then once that opens up, let me do the sidebar here. Okay, there it goes. And then I choose developer at the bottom here. Now you can see it says n8n is running. Okay, and you can see that I actually have my auth token set to test 123. And if it doesn't say running, that means something is wrong with the format of your actual JSON. Now, what we can do is test it. So let's go ahead and go back to chats. And then we're going to we're just going to actually click the plus sign to do a new chat. And we want to send an email, right? So let's go ahead and come over here. Let me drag this over. And so you can just kind of see what's going to be happening. So I want you to research the new n8n 2.0 version coming out, then format it nicely with HTML, modern and sleek, then send that to tylerreedyoutubelearning@gmail.com. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and send that or run that. And it should ask you if you want to, if it's going to be allowed to connect to this MCP server, right? So the first thing though is going to search the web and search for n8n 2.0 release. And it's going to take it might take a minute, but once it gets all that, then it will format it. It's orchestrating it. And now Claude wants to send a message in Gmail in this format. So it's going to be to me. This is the subject it came up with, right? And then here is the HTML formatted message, right? Okay. It's actually still coming up with it, but I'm going to just, for this time, well, I guess you have to wait till it's done, right? And then you're going to choose allow once, or you can have it always allow. So anytime it wants to use this tool, it'll just automatically do it. It won't ask for your permission. Okay, now it's done. I'm going to choose allow once. And then what it should do is go ahead and send it to the trigger. The trigger is going to pick it up, and then it's going to insert that into the tool, and the tool will actually send the email myself. So, but here it says we ran into a Gmail authentication. So you can send it manually or however you like. So this means that something in my Gmail node was incorrect, and that's okay. So if we come here, let me just go back to my first Gmail account, because I think that was the one with the actual, I actually had auth. So I'm going to type in here, okay, I fixed the auth. Try again. Okay, and actually, I'm kind of happy that happens because mistakes happen. So in my actual Gmail node, I had used the wrong Gmail account. The other one wasn't. I didn't sign in recently. Okay, so now I asked it to do it again. Then it sent it, and it says successfully sent to my email. Let's go and check. And here we go. This is, this is very colorful, and this is a lot, but it created an HTML formatted, email for me with everything that's going to be happening with n8n 2.0. Okay. But as you can see though, all I did was chat with Claude desktop, and then it was able to use my MCP server to execute that tool. And now what this means is that I can add other tools here as well. So if I come in here and I say maybe calendar, like Google Calendar tool, right? I can come in here. I can have it, make sure that you're auth. I can add that tool. I can add any other tool. Let's do another like Google one. Let's say maybe a Google Drive Google Drive. I wanted to upload this email, had an email template I wanted to retrieve or something like that, right? We can do anything. But once you add all of these, okay, the more you add, all you have to do is once you save it, then you have to restart Claude Desktop, and then it'll say, hey, I do have access to all these tools. So let me actually open this just to select a calendar really quick. Okay, so let me go ahead and save this. Now, if we go back to Claude Desktop, we have to quit out of Claude Desktop. Okay, we open it back up. Now I want to ask, what tools do you have access to in the MCP server? Now, what it should do is it should show me 3 tools. I should have one for create an event in Google Calendar, Google Drive, and send a message in email. So based on, I have access to the following, okay, upload file in Drive, create an event in Calendar, and send a message in Gmail. Okay, great. And it knows that the tool, subject, and message, these are the ones that had AI formatted. So whenever you go into any of these tools over here, just make sure that you can have some of these, be defined by the actual model. Okay, but this is amazing, right? So now this MCP server has access. We can connect to the MCP server from anywhere. Any MCP client can connect to there, which I have shown before. You can also use with AI agent frameworks. And this makes it so much more easily accessible. And I really like that you need to have authentication for this, right? Authentication is really important. Okay, but this is great. This is exactly how I use it. All this will be free and available to you in my free school community. Also will be in the description below, but please let me know in the comments what you think about this. Is this helpful for you? We are waiting for the n8n 2.0 release, but this is very useful. I really like this node, and I think this is really powerful.